Welcome, my peoples. So you see me, I said 2 weekly uploads. That most certainly did not happen, but I'm gonna make this kind of short and brief and be transparent with you guys on why the remainder of the acknowledgement mini-series is gonna have to get their CD dash out the car, and I'll explain fully now. So if you look at some of the videos that I was posting, I was saying, listen, the Duppy them really don't want this sort of information coming out. Now, I lost my phone with all pre-recorded episodes. There's been so many trials and tribulations, but I was really motivated, because of an incident that occurred yesterday. And I just think to myself, I continuously walk in ego at times, because it's like, the boundaries that I've got to set is so ridiculously high, it's like I can't even peep out into society. But that's neither here nor there, because I'm on mission and I cannot come up. So something happened yesterday which could have ended detrimental, but divine intervention, yes, divine intervention, angels around, the Most High will have somebody there in the correct state of mind. And it's so crazy that once again it also made me not to like paint everybody with the same brush, because you know me, I'm on bloodline, this, that and the third. But yesterday showed me there can be somebody from a different demographic of life, culture, everything, but as I state, wickedness is wickedness and righteousness is righteousness. And this individual went out of their way to retrieve my belongings and to stand for that, which inevitably amounted to justice. And I also want to say, shouts out, big up yourself, you know who you are. You get it? No, the woman that brought my stuff, she knows who she is, but I'm talking about the family that I met, and we stopped and we had such a impactful conversation. It really showed me, like, listen, don't give up on being on the right path. Regardless if you're alone or you feel like the whole world's against you, there will be that one individual that's going through your same circumstance, and by divine coincident, appointment, everything, you'll bump into them at the right time to refute, to know, say, yeah, we still out there. Not all of us folded. Not all of us sell crackers on high street. Not all of us are dead for an image. Some people still pertain a soul. Or whether if you pertain a soul or not, people are moralistically upright. Now, getting to the topic of the matter, the remainder of the acknowledgement mini-series. And that's what the real bugger is, because I was hitting some nails on the head. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to wrap it up because I wanted to move forward in humility, joy, and give you lot another mini podcast series, but it's more comical. We're going to wait for that one, Nessa. But watch it. I've been fighting against a sexual occult within my own infrastructure of my own family. They're not even my family, but we'll just say it like that. Now, there's so much disgusting things that go on in the world, in today's society, and people aid it. And it will always be to your detriment, because, like I'm saying to you, I come into some awareness of some knowledge about those around me and what they're into, and so it crippled me. And I had to go forward in life bearing this information. Who do you turn to? I got a saying, who do you call? Ghostbusters? But that's neither here nor there, because it really affected my relationships with people I once, thought was there. It affected the way I see society. It affected my whole entire family. But that's neither here nor there, because they know they was never for me. They just wanted like me to think that, and so forth and so on. So now we're here. We're here to where there is going to be a public exposure of the inhumane, the gang stalking, the abuse, the identity thefts, the frauds, the attempts on my life, all orchestrated, may I add, by my Sex Occult family. And they're not my family, may I also add, because let's say hypothetically, botched adoption, does that make you my family? No. So I was botchedly adopted by a Sex Occult family. Now, throughout my whole life, they did not tell me the truth. Whilst it's hard to explain, because I'm someone that you already know. So it's like I'm look, strong inner earth. Strong inner earth. So it's like I've known things that I couldn't really comprehend, or in better words, make sense of. So as I've grown, and this is so crazy because people say manifest and this and that, and it's so crazy because as I've grown on my life, I've come to the acknowledgement of all that I wouldn't say I've manifested. It's like I've manifested all of this, but I wanted the truth and I've got the truth, and the truth shall set you free. And now I am bird gang free. And because of that freedom, people want revenge. But I'll say this: you should have done your job. Can you imagine someone being falsely adopted, passed around, so in their eyes, or there was attempting to sex trafficking, but you didn't even do your job as false parents or caretakers or caregivers or whatever it is? Because my whole life I was fending for myself. Imagine now you've been adopted, but then you've come to a separate country and you've been selling drugs, you've been doing all of this to better the people that have been lying to you your whole life. You gotta go through your trials and tribulations to come out the fire to know if you're purified gold or if you're just gold plated. And as you look around in society now, you see, look, from all your rappers, all of these guys, they're pedophiles, they're frauds, they're this, they're that. What does it profit somebody to gain the whole world and to lose their soul? So once upon a time, I thought, let me not intentionally give away my soul. I know right from wrong, I've known it from a child. But I did all the wrong things to gain materialism for those who was lying to me from birth. And when I finally put my foot down and said, you know what, I'm going to trust in the one person who has actually been with me from birth and loved me unconditionally. Yeah? Psalms 27 says, when your mother and your father forsake you, then he will take you up. And he showed me. And like I said, once I saw and I knew everything, it's like I tried to go forward to the best of my ability. And those individuals, instead of either letting me be free and bettering myself as an individual because you don't have any good intent, you try to ridicule, gang stalk, post-marriage, identity. But you try everything to tear down my character, which is actually who I am, or to try and drag me down with you to the point where now you're at your own demise. The Bible says, he who rolleth the stone, it's coming back to bust your head. So a lot of people might have thought, why do I move the way I move? Yeah, because my immediates, they're into things that I'm not into. And because everybody has connections instead of a connection to the Most High, to the Divine, they've just got connections through secret societies, covens, cults, sexual nastiness. It's just, you understand? Because you got to think, your sexual energies, your sacred energy, sex is made to bring forth life. It's a real powerful thing. But those who are just malevolent, duppy baby, problem picking, they want to gain off of it. This is why everything negative sells now in today's society: sex, money, drugs, OnlyFans, all of these sorts of things. So, as the world, let's say Babylon, let's say wickedness is crumbling, everybody's going to try and drag people down with them, but it's like, the earth was created for the meek, it shall go back to the meek. I say this a lot. I say, could you imagine, like, I don't get that thing where people would like their children to go through what they've been through. Like, I did all to the best of my ability to not, like, to prevent my child going through what I went through, but yet still, but that's a topic for a different conversation. So, all those in the kingdom and of darkness who are hypersexualized, who was all, I'm not sure, they were taking serious things for jokes. And it's like now there comes a point in time where a lot of people don't know left or right. They don't know what's actual reality. They're caught in an illusion. They're all on the Titanic. I'm sorry, my people, and you must sink with the Titanic. Children need to be able to know they can trust adults. Look how trustworthy they are. Off rip, I was a trustworthy child, and I'm still a trustworthy adult now. And let me tell you why that is. Ain't nothing can break me. Unbreakable. Galacticus. There's no circumstance, no scenario, no nothing, because I overstand the mission. This is why I'm saying, look, my phone lost. I couldn't put out the rest of the mini acknowledgement series. What happened yesterday was most definitely spiritual, and those that are watching, if you tap in, my people, they're my family, then you know it's like, whoa, I had to come and give this disclaimer, because obviously the mini acknowledgement series is going to end prematurely. This is just a disclaimer to say, yeah, I've been fighting thick and thin, tooth and nail against a sex occult, a coven of witches and warlocks, secret societies, governmental infrastructures, also a lot of false religion churches. Yes, a lot of people in the church. I've been worrying because they're truly not righteous. I say, what is righteous? What is wickedness? Because once again, they both can't be in the congregation. So, me going through all this, there's been such defamation of character. There's been so much stuff. It's like, not like I've lost hope in certain infrastructures. I've lost hope. It's true, because I've lost hope in certain infrastructures, but I've got all my hope in the big dog. Yeah? It's just me and the Most High. Me and the Most High. It's not a game. It's truly just me and the Most High. Because, that crabs in a barrel mentality on the Titanic is sad. You all wanted violins and pianos. I kept insinuating for those to get into the ark. But once again, yesterday really, really showed me that no matter what, he's with me. If I blink, he's there. If he's there, and he's gonna work it out. And I paused my own mission. Once again, imagine pausing your own mission just to not disgrace or to make those feel such shame, even though they need to be shamed. Disgusting bunch of sex occult, disgustingoids, pedophiles. Pedophiles. But I wanted to be more respectful, because example is the only way of influencing. And between me and them, I was telling them. But instead they tried to paint me one way, paint my character one way, like I was part of what they're part of. yeah, I might have done certain things in my past in life, yeah, and I told you, you see me, I'm too, like, heart on sleeve, too, like, realistic. I'm a man. If I get thumped, you know, like, you know the settings, but I was also a protector and provider, so I done things out of necessity to protect those I love and to provide for those I love. But my whole life was a lie, so it's like I built up such bad character, bad credit, bad karma, prison 4 to 5 times. My life was practically over until, you know, Psalms 27, when everybody forsake me, he took me up. And then I went back to my childhood and I realized who I actually am, who I've always been. And if I do love people, I don't need to go out of myself to provide for them. If it's true love, if people truly love you, you don't have, it's unconditional. And I love people unconditionally. So this is the season where I walk in my authenticity. And if you're not for me, dust. Like, nah, I got changed. It's only me and the Most High. What do? You serve? Because what I'm basically saying, as it's just unfolding in front of my eyes, the wicked they most certainly will not be in the congregation of the righteous. So, yeah, going forward, my people, after this little disclaimer, this PSA, I've got a comical series for you guys. Yeah, don't worry, bear tales from the crypt. A lot of tales from the crypt. I can't act like I'm a degenerate or part of silliness in society, because I ain't. I've been too far, way too much to turn back now. Once again, I'm continuing on this narrow path, me and the Most High. And I am not religious. I'll say this and I'll say it and I'll say it and I'll say it. I am not religious. I am a biblical based man. You must understand what the Bible speaks of. It speaks of simple things, bloodlines, humans and celestial bloodlines. It also talks of wickedness and righteousness, and how to be wicked and how to be righteous. You understand? So I've been hidden in plain sight to see who's been worthy. Who? Because no one can't fool the big dog. Psalm 75 says, he putteth down one and he bringeth up another. He raises up the judges. So yesterday, it's not like it was like an epiphany, or like, it was just more of actualization. Like, damn, everybody, their aunt, their cat, the MILF that wants a piece, the granny with AIDS, the mothers that are all sex demons, they want me off, of course. They want me sliding out of character. And it's like, if your whole family was murderers, or I can't even correlate it, you know. There's just so much, there's just too much, and I can talk for England, so you know I can be talking forever. But no, this is more just a brief, I ain't forgot the people then. I've not abandoned my barefooted shamanistic walks, talks with you guys, me reciting my own trials and tribulations and giving my insights on the current climates in life. Hell no. Lost the foe. The enemy's working. You understand? And even though, you know, people might see me alone, like I said, there's more with me than against me. Look at what happened yesterday. There was more with me than against me. So this is PSA, my peoples. Yeah, I've been fighting the sex occult, and I'm gonna continue keep fighting. And I'm going to be somebody that raises awareness. I don't care if anybody likes what I'm saying. I don't care if you don't get it. I don't care if it hurts feelings. Do you know what I do care about? Wickedness and righteousness. So that is the message, my peoples, man. You can say if it's wickedness or righteousness, or a simple PSA about the continuous attacks. And you know, some people might say, yeah, you're going through spiritual attacks firmly, or you're going through firmly, and it's like, I've been doing this my whole entire life, and I'm at such peace. Do you know what peace is? Do you have peace that surpasses understanding? Look at me, I'm out here, toes twinkling, Lemgardium Levitosa, and just reciting what's going on. Look, I lost my phone, I didn't even stress. I just, oh yeah, my peoples, if you do game, check out my gaming channel, King Green Fitness Gaming, because I've started to back up my stream, because that's something that brings me joy. You understand? And I can spread some love through that way as well. Not being too buttercuppy, but it needs more of that. So yeah, yeah, the simple things bring me joy, B. I'm not a demon, baby. You just have to think, if you truly are from, you know, the Most High, you're a godly person. Yeah, I'm not talking Dagon. You shouldn't want earthly things. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, because the earth is ours anyway. I hope everybody's having a good day. If you're a red-eye hater crosses, then that's on you. Yeah? Not that, oh, peace. Okay, let me just say this. You're saying peace, peace, everyone, peace. They shall say peace, peace, until sudden destruction like a woman in travail. Open your Bible and read that. It says that. So, please. I know, I'm funny, but it's not funny. But a lot of people are on the wrong side of history, and it's sad because they love it there. I don't. I love it here. Peace. Diddy boppin', diddy boppin'. But yeah, shouts out to my man that fool. He was stealing identities. Shouts out to my man who taught a girl that was not mine. I hope that AIDS doing you good. The strokes ain't stroking, is it? And that's what I'm talking about, my people. The next something that I got coming is nothing but comical humor. Now, you're gonna hate me if you're in Sex Occult and you're on dumpy timing. Also, run me all my money. Yeah, my Sex Occult family have been stealing from me my whole life. They've been getting big bread, and you think how the hell have I been a trust fund baby, having big bread, but I'm selling drugs and going to jail? Does that make sense? Lock them up. Immediate judgment. That's another thing I'm talking about. Bear humor is on the way, my people. Joy, peace. You better get off that Titanic if you got a chance. If you don't, enjoy it. Play the violin, drink champagne and eat caviar. But until the comical series starts, my people, until the next time you see me on the Barefooted channel, we send genuine love. Good vibes we say, and that's only if you're pure in heart. You see, if you're going down, you're going down, you're going down, down, and your head is gonna mash up now, mashing up. Oh wow, autism maybe, but that's not a diss to nobody with autism. That's just wickedness or righteousness. You can't be lukewarm. Blessings, my people. Bliss, I should say. Bliss ins.